Across the nation, there are many drivers who have had great success while climbing the racing ladder. But once they reach a certain level, the learning curve becomes steeper and the cost to compete can be a hindrance. But that does not deter them from working hard, moving forward, and hoping they can reach their goals, like Billy Dickson.
I got started in 1989. My dad came home from work one day and asked me if I'd like to go to Banana Speedway in Lewistown, Pennsylvania, and I said yeah. I was 7 years old at the time, and we went down, watched for the first night we went, and the next week we actually went back down with a go-kart and started racing ever since, and I've been racing for 21 years now.
During his karting days, Billy won 3 Grand National Championships, several divisional championships, and still holds many track records. He has even been featured in a few karting magazines while driving for factory teams.
I've had a lot of success in karting. It's opened up a lot of doors for me with stock cars. We've got to meet a lot of people over the country. We've traveled anywhere from Florida to Wisconsin, clear up into Canada. We've actually raced across the border. We did that national tour for, I think, 11 years hard. And then we decided to get into stock cars. Actually, a good friend of mine had me working on his son's go-kart, and he had some very good success. And the father thanked me by buying me my first street stock, and here we are today with a dirt late model.
Over the years, Billy has competed against the likes of Sarah Fisher, Sam Hornish, and Danica Patrick. His early years in full-size cars were also on asphalt, where he also had some success, but he has adapted to dirt track racing.
Yeah, we were racing asphalt, a lot of asphalt. Actually, we did ovals and road course. Living in central PA, man, it's all dirt. So if you want to race, you're going to race dirt. We did start out at Clearfield Speedway when it was asphalt in '02, and they put dirt on it in '04. So we were almost forced into transition, but I'm glad we went that way.
Recently, the team has had some great runs at Central PA Speedway. During the track's Father's Day race, Billy was running 4th late in the race until cutting down a tire. Still, it was a great confidence booster.
Yeah, definitely, man. I definitely had my chest puffed up there in the seat. Actually, even when Blair made a slip and I got by Robbie for a couple laps and running 2nd, and a couple laps went by and he didn't get back by me, and I'm thinking, all right, man, high or low, where's he coming? And eventually he ended up getting by me. I believe our tires started going down with about 10 to go, and the car started getting very tight. But anytime I'm competitive, no matter what the outcome is of the race, if I finish or don't finish, as long as I'm competitive, we're happy. Everybody's happy. As long as I, put on a good race and show my sponsors, whoever's backing me, that's good enough for us.
That was followed by a top 4 in his heat race during the World of Outlaws show this past Tuesday. That placed him in the main event where, unfortunately, engine problems ended his night early.
Yeah, once again, running with some big dogs, it made me feel real good. Running in 4th, I knew I was in the transfer spot in the heat race. The water temperature started going up a little bit with about 3 laps to go, and I started slowing down, trying to baby it to get in. We made it in, but I had Bump Hedman knocking on my door there. He almost got me at the flag stand, but we were able to hold him off. But I was happy as well as disappointed, because I also knew going into the main that we were going to have to do a start and stop with the engine problems we were having. But once again, it was my first Outlaw try, and we made it. I'm happy with that.
Although the team has some financial backing, there is the hope that more will become available to make the team stronger or even branch out the touring series.
I would almost say yes. I would guarantee that, because we would be on fresher tires each week. We might even be able to afford a crew chief, full-time crew chief working on my stuff every day in the shop, so everything's even better than what we can do in our limited time. If we were able to have a little bit larger checkbook, yeah, I would definitely run a touring series, or maybe even try for Rookie of the Year in the Outlaw Series someday.
With the proper funding, yes, this team would continue to be competitive, even more competitive, because when you travel to circuits like that, you need many more extra parts. And that's one of the positions we're in. We need more extra parts. A bigger trailer would also be a big help, so that we could carry everything needed, extra parts included. But with the team members that we have, and every day we get more experience, we just continue to improve.
Dickson Motorsports does have some sponsors they are thankful for.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Fluids Management, Randy Sterling Trucking, Geotech Engineering, they've been with me for a long time. Logan Branch Insurance, Challenger Transport, and RNI Trucking, and Castle Products as well.
Aside from their sponsors, Billy and his father both contribute financially to the team. And for Bill, he wouldn't sacrifice so much if he didn't believe in his son's talents.
As far as my son's abilities and the amount of money that we have spent throughout the years, since 1989 kart racing, I enjoy the sport also, and I don't try to hide that fact, but if I didn't believe in my son, I wouldn't spend the money in racing. You do not make money racing, obviously, and we could use additional financial support that would allow us to compete at the upper levels.
Of course, racing is a team effort, and for the past few years, Billy has worked with the same crew chief, so there's a comfort level and great communication.
Tim Robchalk is my car chief, crew chief. He's been with me for 8 years now. I actually got tied up whenever I got my first street stock on asphalt. We had learned that his cousin, Ramey Wolmer, was the one that built it from the ground up. And Tim actually ran into me in town one time after my first race, which was horrible. Put me in touch with Ramey, and I believe 1 or 2 races later, we were in victory lane after Ramey came out and gave us a hand with it. Tim's been with me ever since. He's been with me on street stock dirt, asphalt, late model, asphalt, dirt, some of my go-karting stuff. He's definitely a morale booster for the most part, and like I said, he's car chief, crew chief. He'll do anything for me.
It has to be good. It has to be short, precise, but clear, all in one statement. A lot of one word, hand gestures, a lot like when he's in the car. In here, we might work in here 4 or 5 hours a night, not say a word to each other, and know exactly what's being said without saying it. And his dad does the same thing. It seems like the three of us just clicked from the very beginning, I think, and it just kind of was natural. It just worked out that way.
Although the results may not always be what they had hoped for, Billy Dickson and Dickson Motorsports has shown a great deal of potential, where one day they will enjoy the spoils of victory lane.
Every day before I go to sleep, I'm thinking, man, it'd be nice to get back on the top of things, but I know it's going to be a long road. These guys aren't born overnight. They've worked for what they can do now.
Based on his past experience, I wouldn't be surprised to see Billy and his team in victory lane soon. Keep it right here. Highlights from Big Diamond Raceway are next when Pit Pass returns.